Guess what today is? Today is something new. Cocktails with Coalcracker. I'm pumped about this. So what's up guys, Dan here, Coalcracker, Bushcraft, that's right, cocktails with Coalcracker. So here's the thing, when you go to camp, or at least when I go to camp, and I know a ton of my friends and outdoor goers, right? We like to get out there, we like the experience, the adventure, all that fun stuff, right? And then we love to get back into camp and like mess around with all of our gear, set stuff up, cook a good meal. And during that time, we normally like to have a drink or two. Or if you're like me or some of my instructors, 4 or 5 or 6 or 10, the point is that we like to have a little drink. So I was thinking about it, I was like, I'm a beer guy. Everybody knows I like to have a brewski, but this past week I was away with my wife and son and I had a few mixed drinks and I was like, you know what, there's a lot of stuff out in the woods that we can incorporate in some cool drinks that I know everybody's gonna love. Because how cool would it be, just bear with me for a second, how cool would it be to go out hiking for the day with your friends or go exploring in the woods and you pick some fresh mint and some blueberries or maybe some raspberries and go back to camp and say, hey, I got this, wait till you see this. Whip up these cool drinks, hand them out, super refreshing. Well, that's what we're gonna do. Because today while I was out walking, I found some wild blueberries. I got a whole bunch of them and that is something we're gonna be using in our drink. And today's drink is called a blueberry maple. I'm excited about it. I am super excited about it. All right, so for this recipe, we are going to need blueberries, maple syrup, bourbon, club soda, lemon juice, and ice. Now, a couple cool things before we start. Number one, I came like super prepared for this. I literally have like a mini little bartending kit. And number two, the reason I have a mini little bartending kit is because when I was in college, I took all these courses to be a bartender. I like being at the bar, drinking beer and hanging out more than I ever wanted to work at a bar, but it was cool to take the bartending courses. So this is like, everything's coming together in my life. Okay, so to start out, we need to take our blueberries, about a cup, and we're gonna stick them in something, and then we're gonna need about a half a cup of maple syrup, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something called muddling. That means smash it all together and make like this syrupy, thick mixture. I don't know how much a half a cup is, but I'm gonna just say about that much. Now I can be all bushcrafty and make a muddler, but I have one, so it's just a stick, and I'm just gonna start smashing away. This is just gonna be like a real thick puree. Now the cool thing with wild blueberries, as you probably know, you get a lot of sweet ones and you get a couple sour ones. So this all works perfectly together. This is gonna take a little bit though, because you wanna make sure all them blueberries get smashed up and you get all the juices out of them and stuff like that. So everything is muddled together now. We're just gonna keep it in there for the time being. Next, we're gonna put 1.5 ounces of bourbon into our glass. I always suggest to taste the bourbon to be safe. All right, so we're gonna throw that right in there. Every drop, every drop. Now with that half ounce of bourbon, we need to add our mixture. So here's the thing, if you want it to like have the blueberry chunks and stuff in it, just pour it in. If you don't want that, you can strain it a little bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strain it a little bit and then I'm just gonna let some of that at the end come out because I don't need all those blueberry chunks in there. All right, now to this mixture, we're gonna take a half an ounce of lemon juice. I don't know what that means, so I'm just gonna use half a lemon. I even brought a thing to get the juice out. I am so high class today. This is great. I'm gonna take that mixture and I'm gonna add some ice to it, maybe even a little bit more. And now I'm gonna shake it like a pro. Now you want to shake this until it gets super frothy. Now with a fancy glass, what we're going to do is we're going to pour this ice and all into our glass, and then that was not supposed to happen. And now that my bottle exploded, now we're gonna add about 2 ounces, or just basically top off our drink with club soda. And then last but not least, we're gonna top that off with a little blueberry garnish. You gotta put it on a stick because at the end of the day, we are bushcrafters, and I just have extra lemon left over, so that's sort of what we got. Let's give it the taste test now. All right, and just like that, the garnishes can go. Blueberries, I do love. Before we taste this, so I'm a blueberry guy. I think it's because when I was a little kid, my grandmother always used to stop on her way down to our house, pick up blueberries like just from the side of the road. I put them in milk in the morning with some sugar, to die for it. And ever since then, I always loved blueberries. So I was super excited about this. Let's see, ready? Ready? Because I'm ready. I'm ready for a drink this afternoon. Delicious. And for coming from a beer guy, delicious. So refreshing. That those blueberries are great. Oh my gosh, wonderful. Such a good flavor to that. And there are things in here that we harvested, right? So good. So I have to say, this is absolutely refreshing and delicious. Awesome for sitting next to the lake on a nice summer afternoon. Wonderful. I'll probably make 3 or 4 or 5 more of these by the time the day's over, or at least by dinner. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you enjoyed this little change of pace here, little drinks with Coalcracker. Again, you can make this if you don't want alcohol, just don't put the bourbon in it, and this would still be a nice refreshing cocktail you can make while you're out and about at camp. And right, we found this stuff out in nature. How much better can it be? So give this one a shot. Down in the description is the recipe if you need it. So thanks again for joining me with the blueberry maple cocktail. And till next video, check us out at coalcrackerbushcraft.com and stay in the woods.